We went to war and to battle. We were prepared. Pat Riley was the best X and O guy in the business. And the one thing he never got credit for, he was the greatest in-game adjustment coach we've ever seen. See, it's one thing to have a strategy.
So in a career that has been filled with memorable moments, current Miami Heat executive Pat Riley has made history this past Sunday by becoming the first Los Angeles Lakers coach to receive a statue. Pretty dope, right? And they were also comparing his statue to Dwayne Wade's statue. So you guys let me know which one looks better, Lakers statue or the Miami Heat statue. But I basically wanted to play a couple of clips from, the event, the ceremony that the Lakers held for Pat Riley to give him his respect for the career he had, with them. And, I thought it'd be interesting to, make a video about that. So bear with me for a moment. It's going to be a very clip heavy video, but let's get into it. Starting off, Magic Johnson.
We went to war and to battle. We were prepared. Pat Riley was the best X and O guy in the business. And the one thing he never got credit for, he was the greatest in-game adjustment coach we've ever seen. See, it's one thing to have a strategy, and then that team does something that you now have to make an adjustment. This man on the run, on the fly, could always make adjustments and put us in a position to win. He was demanding. Oh, man. He got on your nerves. Oh, boy. He got on you. But it was all for the good because it always turned out right. It was always about excellence, like both Dwayne and Kareem talked about, as well as Michael. Also, too, he was a perfectionist. You had to do it right over and over and over and over again. Thank you for pushing me to another level. One of the best days was when he said, "Buck, you're gonna have to score more." And that means I got to shoot more then. He said, "That's what I'm asking you to do." I said, "Did you ask Kareem?" Remember that? And he said, "Yes." I said, "Okay then," because nothing could happen on our team without permission from Kareem. And but it pushed me to a whole nother level. And before plus and minuses, Pat was already doing that. It's fashionable now in the game today, but Pat was way ahead of his time in coaching. I want to have a couple of the guys stand up because he didn't do this by.
Some high praise from Magic Johnson. Now, here's Dwayne Wade on Pat Riley. Let's get into it.
Then I watched him go to Miami, and he fit. Zoe, Tim Hardaway, the edge, the expectations, and he was a perfect man for that job. So when that man believed in me, when that man drafted me, when he gave me the opportunity to show the world who I was and who I could become, it simply changed my life. Pat gave me foundation. He gave me discipline. He gave me standards. He gave me love and care, even when it was tough. So today, Pat, thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for demanding greatness. Thank you for the memories and the moments. Your impact didn't stop with one team, with one city, or one era. You changed the game by building culture, by setting standards, and by showing what leadership looks like. Your legacy is excellence, your legacy is culture, and your legacy is forever. And for this statue to live here in Los Angeles with the Lakers, alongside the greats who helped define this franchise, this is where you belong. You earned this. Love you.
Well deserved, well deserved. So here's Shaquille O'Neal, who had an emotional message for Pat Riley, and he spoke about how like he chased him across the gym. That's freaking crazy. Can you imagine a big Shaquille O'Neal chasing you? That's wild.
Tonight is about forever. When the Los Angeles Lakers decide to put you in bronze, that means you didn't just win games. You changed the franchise. And that's why we're here. Coach Pat, congratulations. When people walk into this building years from now, they're going to see greatness standing right there. They're going to see championships, discipline, confidence, and culture. And yes, they're going to see that Armani look. Before tunnel walks were fashion shows, before pregame fits were trending, there was Pat Riley. Slick back hair, perfect suit, calm face.
I know y'all hate when I pause the video, but I have to say this. So Pat Riley had a very like, you know, a thing for Armani suits, which I think is dope.
No wasted movement. Coach didn't just show up, he arrived. And that presence, that standard, that changed the entire NBA. Now every player walking into an arena looks sharp. That started right here. But let's be clear, the suit wasn't the story. The winning was. 5 championships as a head coach, 4 right here with the Lakers, 9 finals appearances, over 1,200 wins, one of the highest winning percentages this league has ever seen. That's not style, that's legacy. And what I love most about Coach, he was bold. I didn't get to play for him here in LA, but I got to experience him up close. One day in practice, I'm upset and I'm chasing him across the gym. I'm trying to kill him. Most coaches would have stepped aside, not Pat. He stopped, he turned around, he stood his ground. And I remember thinking, oh, this man is different. You don't build dynasties if you're afraid of personalities. And Pat was never afraid. Then there was the finals. When our Miami team went to the finals in 2006, we were up 3-2 and going to Dallas for the last 2 games, or so I thought. So Pat told the team, do not bring 2 suits to Dallas. We are winning in 6 games.
Oh, yes, sir.
Confidence. But when we got to the airport, oh yeah, he checked the bags. He actually checked them. That's not just belief, that's conviction. And I heard this story, I was there. They say he once dunked his head in a bucket of water and held his breath for more than 4 minutes. Finally, he came up gasping for air and said, we cannot win unless we treat it like this is our last breath. I was there. I seen it up and personal. That's how he coached. Everything urgent, everything intense, everything championship level. And that mentality, that's why this statue belongs here. Because look who it's standing beside. Champions, legends, Magic, Kareem, Kobe. The DNA just didn't appear. It was built. It was demanded. Coach, you just didn't win titles. You shaped what it meant to be a Laker. And now you stand here in bronze forever. Congratulations, Coach. Love you.
Nah, man. Well said by Shaq. Sheesh, man. He said a mouthful, but it was all words of high praise. Now, I wanted to pivot to, not really pivot, but Pat Riley actually has a couple of words to say, and he was asked about, you know, the big 3 with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. And let's check out what he had to say.
The Lakers playing later today, having the benefit of time in 12 years since LeBron James left the Heat, has that time given you a chance to reflect on what that 4-year run meant to you and to him?
I thought, getting the big 3, Dwayne, Chris Bosh, and especially LeBron, that we had finally put together what I thought could become a dynasty. It was, 4 trips to the finals in a row, 2 world championships, was an incredible run. And as a coach, and as somebody who really thought about how to build that particular team, and you built it, I saw something that could have lasted 8 to 10 years, but I understood, as I said in my speech, is that, the business in the NBA is the business in the NBA, and players have an opportunity to go somewhere else, and he went to Cleveland, and he won a title up there. So I wish him nothing but the best, but I want to be selfish here and say I wish I had him for another 8 or 6 or 8 years. Would have been great, but we'll never know, will we?
I'm kind of happy Pat Riley, or he was asked and he spoke about this, because a lot of people felt that, obviously, any executive would be upset to lose LeBron James. It's LeBron James, but a lot of people felt like they had like a sour relationship after LeBron left, and I feel like it's been love between those two, which leads me to the next clip of actually LeBron, who was asked about Pat Riley, getting his statue, and this is him speaking on Pat Riley. This was actually I think yesterday.
Peek your head out during Riles' celebration.
Yeah, absolutely. I got out there for a little bit, sat on the bench during halftime before our meeting, and listen, one of the all-time greats that ever been a part of this league. Not only player, coach, executive, front office, everything. Obviously, what he did here for the Lakers organization in the '80s goes without saying, and rightfully so. You know, him having a statue outside his building. Obviously, I spent 4 years with him. Got the utmost respect for him, for his family, and everything. So it's pretty cool.
Pat said he wishes you nothing but the best, but he does selfishly wonder what could have been if you were in Miami another 4 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Do you ever, now that you have that time past 12 years since you played for the Heat, have you looked back at what maybe could have been, or like, are you fully think it was the right decision to go there 4 years, 2 championships, 4 trips to the final?
Well, I never said I'm going to go there 4 years and decide to go. That's just how the cards was played. But yeah, it's human nature to look back and say, okay, what could have been? But that's part of life. I thought the 4 years that we had was great. Obviously, we was able to pick up 2 chips. We lost 2 of them, unfortunately. But a lot of great memories, a lot of great time there, and it would have been interesting to see what could have happened. I also would have never gave myself. Was that at the end of 7, 11? I wouldn't have gave myself another 12 years to be playing this game either. So that's another story.
LeBron, you always have the 2 championships there, but how do you kind of contextualize what Pat meant to you for your career?
For my career, I don't think it's just Pat. I mean, obviously, I think it's just the whole Heat organization. Obviously, went down there with the only goal and the only mindset that I had was to win a championship. I felt like I couldn't do it in my first stint in Cleveland. Tried. I just didn't feel like it was going to be possible. So I needed to figure out my own path and accomplish some goals that I had. I felt like going down there, they had did it. In 06, so like not even 4 years removed. Whatever the case may be, and I had a couple down years after that. So I feel like I know how to play the game, and I just, I felt like they could possibly put me in a position where the goals that I had, and I was able to accomplish that.
Yep. So that's LeBron James on Pat Riley. Now, for those who aren't aware, right, and typically our videos don't last this long, but I want to end the video with this, showing you guys why Pat Riley is so renowned. Let me check this out, guys. So obviously we know Pat Riley, and I'm going to read the overview, right? It says Pat Riley is a legendary NBA figure with a career spanning over 5 decades, from the 70s to the 2020s, right? As a player, 2020s, as a player, assistant coach, head coach, and executive, winning championships in all 4 roles. He is best known for coaching the Showtime Lakers in the 80s, revitalizing the Knicks in the 90s, and building the Heat culture as team president since 1995. And Pat Riley's resume is extensive. It's super extensive. From 1979 to 81, he was the assistant coach for the LA Lakers, and he won the 1980 championship. From 1981 to 1990, he was the head coach of the LA Lakers that led the Showtime era with, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, those guys. And they won 4 championships in 82, 85, 87, and 88. From 91 to 95, he was the head coach of the New York Knicks, led the team to the 1994 NBA Finals. And from 95 to 2003, he was the team president and head coach for Miami Heat, rebuilt the franchise, and won Coach of the Year in 97. And from 03 to 05, he was the team president of Miami and stepped down from coaching. From 05 to 08, he was the team president and head coach of Miami and returned to coach and won the 06 NBA championship, yada, yada, yada. But the key achievements here, right, is he's a 9-time NBA champion, 1 as a player, 1 as an assistant coach, 5 as a head coach, and 2 as an executive. He's a 3-time NBA Coach of the Year, being in the 1990, 1993, and 1997. He's a 1-time Executive of the Year, and obviously he is a Hall of Famer. So, shout out to Pat Riley for that, man. And I also wanted to, share some of these clips. But let me know what you guys think about this particular topic. I appreciate the support. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.